The first time I saw the king eat a man, I thought my mind was playing tricks on me. It was just after dusk, and the torches in the palace courtyard flickered in the wind. The air smelled of roasted meat and burning palm oil, but beneath it was something else, a thick, iron-like scent I couldn't place at first. The king sat on his high stool, draped in a robe made of leopard skin, his gold rings glinting in the firelight. The man in front of him was trembling. He had been caught stealing from the royal storehouse 2 yams, nothing more. The king did not speak. He only lifted his hand, and the guards forced the man to his knees. The executioner, a tall and muscled man with filed teeth, stepped forward. I had seen him before, but I had never paid much attention to his teeth, sharp and jagged, like those of a beast. I expected the executioner to use a sword. Or maybe a knife. But he did not. He used his teeth. I wanted to look away, but I couldn't. The executioner bit into the man's shoulder, ripping flesh with his bare mouth. The sound of tearing skin was wet and sickening. The screams that followed were not of this world. Blood gushed onto the palace floor, pooling between the cracks of the stone. The king leaned forward, watching closely, eyes wide with hunger. He licked his lips, his fingers twitching as though itching to join in. This was not the first time. And it would not be the last. I was a servant then, no more than 14 years old. I had grown up in the king's palace, sweeping floors and fetching water. But I had never seen this part of him. I had heard whispers in the market stories of how criminals vanished, how the king had become something not quite human. I never believed them. Until that night. After the man stopped screaming, the executioner stepped back, his mouth and hands dripping with blood. The king spoke, his voice low and eager. "Bring me his heart." I watched as the guards cut open the man's chest. His ribs cracked loudly as they pried them apart. The heart, still twitching, was pulled out and placed into the king's waiting hands. He held it for a moment, staring at it as if in deep thought, before sinking his teeth into the soft flesh. A thick, wet sound filled the air as he chewed. I left the palace that same night. I ran into the forest, never looking back. My feet bled from the thorns and sharp stones, but I didn't stop. I couldn't. I knew if I stayed, I would be next. Even now, after all these years, I wake up at night hearing those screams. The sound of tearing flesh. The king's satisfied sigh as he swallowed. And sometimes, when I close my eyes, I see his face, smiling in the firelight, licking his lips. And I wonder if he is still out there, still hungry.